Welcome everyone to another episode of Gaggle with the Geese. I am one of your hosts, Scott.rutter, along with the other half of the Goosehead Guyz, dyrke.maricle. Together we are Goosehead Insurance. Goosehead is your premier option for home and auto insurance in North Carolina. And this mask will tie into the episode later. So Dirk, go ahead and tell us who our sponsor is today, please.
Awesome, thank you. And I'm guessing you mean Wrigley as in Wrigley Field, because we are now starting baseball again. Thank you, Jesus. So today, our sponsor is going to be none other than the great Brandon Kelly with Spangler Restoration. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you've got water flowing everywhere, or you've had a fire, or you've had your house destroyed, you're distraught, you don't know what to do, Brandon's the guy to call, because he's going to make everything all right. He's going to put a Band-Aid on the boo-boo, and he's going to make sure all of the pain goes away. So if you find yourself in that situation, give Brandon Kelly a call at Spangler Restoration.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Dirk, and definitely love Brandon and the whole Spangler Restoration team. I hear they can actually beat the fire department to the fire. So great people. So, all right. Well, guys, I am very, very excited to announce our special guest today, Mr. David Riddell with Big Frog. And just so you know how we opened up the episode today, this was actually a fine piece made from Mr. Riddell. So, David, go ahead and tell us who you are and what you do.
Hey, good morning, guys. So I am David. I own Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Durham, an exit away from South Point, a hop off the interstate. We are your apparel branding experts, so you should be wearing your logo everywhere you go, whether the gym, the grocery store, the bank, networking, even on Zoom calls. And it can be hats, shirts, jackets, and even masks, right? So we can do one, we can do thousands, screen printing, embroidery, and as you saw on the masks, full color custom digital print. And our job is to help you find the solution that fits your brand, your style, and your budget. So a brick and mortar space, you come in and you sing and dance and lay it out and try on the samples. So you aren't just printing and hoping for the best. You're getting those solutions because you might want to buy 100, you might, or one, or 1,000. Where's the logo go? What the logo looks best. So if we have no minimums, but the capacity to do thousands, free design in a brick and mortar space, it becomes full service. Next month is 10 years for us open. So we are very proud of that. We make smiles with Big Frog Styles.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. And also, David owns 2 locations and also is a Rockstar Connect host as well. So he is a big player here in the community, in several communities for that matter. But that'd take up the whole episode if we wanted to talk about all that. So we're going to waste no time, David, and we're going to throw you right into the hot seat. And we want to know what your ideal vacation would be. Where would you go and what would you do?
So it is perfect coincidence that not only are we started the weird baseball season, but that Dirk's wearing a baseball hat and we got into that. Huge diehard baseball guy. It would be, if I could afford to take a summer off, it would be stadium to stadium to stadium, mostly minor leagues. There's something about the smell, the feel, the sound, and the ambiance of baseball. I've seen almost all of them in the Southeast. I mean, North Carolina to Florida to the Texas line. I try to fit it in. Kids will go to Disney World. That's my Disney World. That's my vice. Sit at a game, meet the players, just watch baseball.
That's awesome.
Isn't there something hypnotic?
And I like the minor league aspect too.
Yeah, there's something hypnotic about the sound and the smell, and just, it can be quiet, but yet, there's just so much going on, and it's like no other place to be other than a minor league ballpark.
Well, it's similar to those that love golf. If you love golf, you love golf. If not, then you think it's like watching the grass grow. Those that don't like baseball don't get the tradition, the history, you're just sitting there and the stats and the numbers, and there's something calming about 3 hours of strategy, maybe when we all run in our life. But I mean, I love the business side of it and the ballpark side of it. And yes, for those who love it, there's just something about it. And I mean, listen to James Earl Jones's speech in Field of Dreams. You'll understand baseball. It's bigger than us.
Well, and look at, I'm friends with Rick French, who's one of the owners of the Daytona Tortugas down in Daytona, Florida. And that's where Jackie Robinson played. I mean, you know, these are some huge names that you get to sit in the same place where greatness walks. So yeah, I know we can go on forever, but I'm going to have to
Is this
digress.
a baseball episode?
I know we're going to switch it up. All right. So local spotlight question. So you get the chance to eat at a local restaurant. What's your favorite? And when you go there, what do you get? What do you eat?
So I didn't get this body from salads. I'm 100% a carb guy. For me, anywhere I go, I mean, ballpark food's one thing, but I love a locally owned family pizza joint down an alley, tucked away. The shopping center I'm in the Harris Teeter Shopping Center in South Durham. It was Maddie B's. Now it's the Highway 54 public house. There, Pulcinelli's is around the corner. Randy's is around the corner. So find me I don't want to say pizza dive, but find me the pizza joint every time, and just try traditional pie, as they would say in New York, right? And then put some other things on it. So it's always pizza.
Man,
Yep.
that is awesome. That's my favorite food too, David. Hey, are you at the office today in Durham?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Well, if it's not too late to grab lunch with you, I'm going to be heading up there at 2 o'clock for a meeting. So we can talk offline
You ought to
about
come
that.
earlier. You ought to leave as soon as this ends. We ought to eat. I too have a 2 o'clock.
I'll do it. We'll do it. And we'll get to later tell the guest how that turned out, because I'm definitely a pizza snob for
as
sure.
long as it's Chicago style, then now you're talking. But you know, there's
The
no other
Uno's
pizza.
chain I'll do. From a pizza chain. It's like do Uno's. It's like
Uno's, Duos,
it's
Giovanni's.
yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, there are a lot of people, obviously, that do what you do as far as printing, branding, and everything else. I mean, not quite to the realtor level or the insurance level, but obviously there's some other folks that, you know, do what you do. So what are some of the things that separate you and make you unique from perhaps what people would perceive as competition?
So the Big Frog staples are number one, and that's the fact that we can do direct to garment full color printing at one off is not what every screen printer does. You saw both of our masks. Free design, that's where a lot of people make their money, and you can and we can save you because we're tinkering with designs and putting some things together, even if it's for personal reasons. And then a brick and mortar space, come in, sing and dance, touch and feel, get samples, and really get the features benefits. So that's one. Two is consistency. 10 years, we hit 250 reviews this week, which we're also proud of. For a non-restaurant, that's an amazing number to hit. And we have a 4.9 rating. So it shows our consistency and how we continue to take care of our clients. The third one, and you mentioned it earlier, we are deep in the community. We are in the middle of a business fundraiser that we put together where it's free to businesses and nonprofits to join, and every shirt they sell, they get $10. We're going to transition that to a support the arts, which is going to give money back for schools and the art program directly to the school and the program of their choice, whether it be band, choir, etc. We are sponsoring Carolina Tiger Rescue's huge event this week and giving them several hundred shirts. We have free different programs with our free shirts and free online stores. We're involved in 5 or 6 different groups, including Rockstar. So to be community focused, to be active in the community, you never just want to be the business that you are. Because what would he do? As you mentioned, you can buy shirts online, every Etsy account, 40 screen printers. What separates us, right? And so separates us in some staples, but also we are involved, we care, we're a part of the community.
Awesome. All right, so David, you've done all this work. You know, you're philanthropic. You've been out there. You've been hustling. You're tired. You need a drink. Where do you go? And when you get there, what do you drink?
So here's where I get boring, because I've heard Scott's choices before, and I'm not much of a drinker. It's like at a ballpark, I mean, it's beer, but I'm always going to say craft beer. I have 2 stores. The other one's in Asheville, which has 75 craft breweries, and here there's a ton too. So find me something local, something different that's just beer. I'm a wuss when it comes to alcohol drinks. It's got to have the little umbrella and the little flavor. Not straight up shots like some can do. But my drink of choice, and unfortunately it's only as healthy as it is I can drink Diet Coke all day. I mean, I don't do coffee, so I do Diet Coke like some do coffee. But when you're chilling with the guys and or at a game, then a craft beer is something good to do.
Awesome.
Now, do you do IPAs, David, or?
You know, I like some of the lighter ones. Maybe it's an age thing, but Catawba Brewing in Asheville has a White Zombie, which is a wheat beer, which is similar to like a local Blue Moon. There's also in Asheville a blueberry wheat one. So any of those wheat-ish type, I mean, there's just something sweeter about it. I'm not a big heavy type guy anymore. We've had our times.
Got it. Well, yeah, no, those would definitely be up Kelly's alley for sure. I'm definitely IPA all the way. I was just going to say, because Dominic turned me on to a phenomenal one that I had never had. I think his buddy owns a brewery just the other day at the
Okay.
HD Speakeasy.
Well,
So
yeah,
if you
you've
need
also
IPA
gone with
recommendations.
Speakeasy. Right, you did this awesome speakeasy thing, which is an interview for another time with him. But I mean, you guys had a shot of something and a shot here and there to celebrate's cool. Too many shots and nope, getting too old. I mean, too old for this, as they say in Lethal Weapon.
Well, cool story about that too is that bottle actually that I had brought him was actually my buddy went to the Kentucky Bourbon Trails, and actually that was right out of his cask. So it was a custom, bottle of bourbon that him and a buddy had picked out and had like a custom label. So yeah, it was
Aged
definitely a
nicely.
dynamite. It turned out well for sure.
Good,
So
good.
well, awesome. Well, you get to have that blueberry or strawberry, peach, frou-frou, umbrella drink or just whatever it is, right? The Diet Coke. Who would that be with and why?
You just stole his man card here. I mean,
Oh.
Not at all.
So I'm sitting around. Yeah, give me
Umbrellas are cool.
Give me the frou-frou drink. So in the bigger picture, from a business standpoint, I would love to sit down and talk to 3 of the 4 Shark Tank guys, just because there's something about those, not Mr. Wonderful, but the other 3, Damon, Mark, or Robert, or the other one is The Prophet, if you guys have watched that show. But from a local thing, and I said to Dirk earlier, there's a tie into baseball. So I'm a baseball fan business-wise. Here's your marketing lesson for today. So the Savannah Bananas are owned by a guy who got out of school, marketing guy, believes that if you're doing the normal things in marketing, you're wrong. Okay, his name is Jesse Cole. He wrote a book called Find Your Yellow Tux. He has 7 tuxes, and he looks like the guy from Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey. I mean, he wears a yellow tux that's the top hat to the shoes every single game. So he's mid-30s-ish. He buys the Savannah Bananas. Everything is about the fan. And they actually, because they're an independent college baseball league, they are playing this summer. They've been sold out 5 years in a row, and not just sold out by the season ticket holders count. If a season ticket holder can't go, they sell the ticket back. So they're counting butts in the seat. This year they're doing some really cool things, social distance. But read the book by Jesse Cole. We're going, and we're going to have a chance, the 3 of us, to myself and 2 guys that own businesses and are marketing geeks like that, we're going to actually get to have lunch with him. We've set it up to say, dude, we all love baseball, but we actually want to go for you. And our wives are like, yeah, you're going for business. No, this time we actually are going for business. So it's kind of a geek moment because I get to mix baseball and business and fun with friends. And so Jesse Cole, Find Your Yellow Tux, the Savannah Bananas.
Awesome.
That's
Very
awesome.
Cool.
Well, we have a green man here in our local community. Do you know who that is, David?
Huh?
We have like the green man, like everything.
Oh, you have Dick O'Donnell?
Yes, yes,
you have Dick O'Donnell saving you green, and his car is, and his glasses are, and his cell phone case is, and his socks are, and he's from Burlington. And on a Zoom call last week, I brought him up, and it was a Carrie call, and half the people go, who? And I'm like, what do you mean who? The guy travels from Winston to Rocky Mount dressed up in that, like that yellow tux. He's a legend when you know him. It's like, I couldn't believe some people didn't. It was shocking.
See, I thought about doing the green man thing with the geese and everything else, but then I was like, nah, that's just not me. I can't pull that off. I could definitely see Dirk pulling something like that off to be the goose man, but
yeah, we always say, things are hopping because it's frogs are welcome to the pond, and you guys are geese and we're frogs. So this is a good pond type conversation. And a group of frogs is called an army. Geese fly together in flocks. So you need your your tribe, you need your army. That's what communities do. That's where it ties into what you guys are doing here, or how we're community oriented, because you can open the doors and hope to God your business happens, right? And nobody cares because they have 1,000 other options. So make them care by the personal side of you and the things you do to set yourself apart. And so the Green Man, memorable, right? It's like Goosehead Guyz doing a podcast, memorable.
That's right.
So
Well,
personal.
before we close out, just one last thing too, and I probably shouldn't admit this, but I am scared to death of frogs. So I'll have to share that too. In fact,
I
we were
was
just on a
never-
walk and there was like a frog and my wife's like, I'm going to catch it and then I'm going to like throw it at you or put it in the bed or something else. So I have a
I
fear
was
of
never
frogs.
a frog guy. We're not slimy. We'll help you. We'll help
You should have never let that one
Hypnosis.
out of the bag. So yeah.
Yeah, don't think about
Let's
putting one of
play
those in
that.
the office, Dirk.
That's coming around soon. So we're gonna try and get that one on video.
No frogs in the office.
That tongue and that licky. Oh yeah, you're in trouble. Dirk's setting you up now.
The wheels are turning now.
I'm going to get punked. I think you might call Kelly and they might plan something on that.
Ashton Kutcher's got the camera rolling for when you get punked. Yes,
That's it.
old school.
So.
Well, David, this has been fantastic, man. I thank you so much for joining us today. And if people want to connect with you for either business or to do a virtual one-on-one, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
So it's pretty simple. You Google Big Frog Durham, you're going to get it. That's our website, Big Frog Durham. That's our social media, Durham Big Frog or Big Frog Durham. There is a North Raleigh location that has opened fairly recently. So we are the ones that have been around 10 years in the consistency. So it is Big Frog Durham, easy to Google.
Awesome. Well,
Sweet.
we appreciate you joining us today. And also thank you everybody so much for coming along with the flock today. We want to thank again our sponsor, Brandon Kelly with Spangler Restoration. Please look him up, especially if you ever have an emergency. He's the man to call. So again, thanks a lot. Join us next time when you are going to see our next mystery guest. And just remember, if you're ever sitting there and you're looking at your premiums for your home and your auto insurance and you just think, how in the world did it ever get this high? It's because the company that you're with doesn't have any option. That's all that they can sell you. The Goosehead Guyz have over 30 different companies that we work with, and we're always able to put the customer with the right premium with the right company. So I'm Dirk, that's Scott, that's David, and we look forward to seeing you next time as you fly with the flock. See you guys.
See ya.